And to some people in different time zones, good morning, because it's a very late stream. I know for some, technically, I spent more than 24 hours without eating any paper, but that's okay. That'll end right now, and plus, I've done worse before. Remember that 4-day absence? We're not going to talk about that. Technically, I took a break for a year. We're also not going to talk about it. I'm talking about it right now. Okay, let me just get the promo posted, because this is another OBS stream. We're going to have to practice using this software for when we do regular streams relating to news, current events, condom reviews, etc. We're going to bring back some old and get a little bit of new injected forcefully into this channel, you know? A little old, a little new, a little borrowed, and a little blue. Okay, good. I'm glad I stalled for time just enough because I can verify that I am actually here, right? I have presence. I'm not just on my phone the entire time. Yeah, we're doing this picture. I don't know why it's on my phone, but I feel like that should work. We can do a little better than that. Can we do the legless man who played E.T.? Come on, man. Come on. Let's see. Yeah, let's do the Joshua Tree footage. I feel like that should work. 690, or no, 969. Okay, perfect. Do that. There's like 3 brands right now, and my promo's not working. Okay, can we like actually just fix this? God damn it. You can't add more than 1 link sticker. Motherfucker, there is no link sticker, because it disappeared. Oh, well, okay, I just... alright, great. Well, I just fucking... And it won't even let me cancel. This is what I hate so much about Instagram. Thanks, Mark Zuckerberg, for fucking nothing. Okay, let's look at who's here. Myra, very late stream today. I know, me too. I agree. We had to do it. There's just something on my drive back from Toastmasters. I stole a bottle of water, which is not allowed, but it was Arrowhead, and I like Arrowhead, and I was just drinking it, and I was inhaling the microplastics, and I was going, you know what? This reminds me of the paper reading live stream, and this is what I need to do tonight. I felt a pull from some sort of third-party external deity, and I knew I had to do this. When I saw it was live, I did a double take since I assumed it wasn't uploaded. You guys are getting way too used to my procrastination abilities. Okay, it says posted. Fuck this promo. Delete it. Notice how I'm tapping shit and it's not even dragging. It's not even giving me the fucking screen. Fuck you, Instagram. Insane. Actually insane that we have such advanced technology. Mark Zuckerberg is able to platform so much GPT-generated bullshit, and he's able to design an algorithm that destroys people's brains, and yet he still can't get basic features figured out like this. Fuck you, buddy. Sorry for being so crabby at the beginning here, but like, you know, we're at a dead stop until we get this very important promo posted. It won't fucking let me drag it. Okay. There we go. Give me the sticker, please. There we go. We did it, everybody. That was your one job, Instagram, and you did it. 4th time's the charm. Okay. Let's stop screwing around and get to eating after. Oh, we're going to have to do this from scratch here. Let me put in my score of the day. Now, for anybody who's new here, if you don't know, score of the day, we are rating the entire day so far. In this case, because it's nighttime, it's going to be a clean slice through the entire day. We're going to just grade it from 0 to 10. 5 is the average score, and we're rounding up or down to the nearest tens place. Y'all know how it goes. I'm going with a 7.8 out of 10. It was a good day. I think the second half was significantly stronger than the second half. Toastmasters meeting went very good. I'm actually very glad I came, even though I'm house sitting. Insomnia and the whole, like, kind of isolation aspect was definitely there, but not as strong as before. And plus, some very good things happened with the job and the paycheck. Everything that was kind of hanging in the balance, keeping me in an agonizing limbo. About, I think, 60% of it concluded itself, and we are doing a lot better than we were when the day started. Instagram is always acting up. That's what I'm saying. Instagram's like the dysfunctional uncle who keeps bringing up Brexit at Thanksgiving dinner. Ridiculous. That sucks. Instagram acting lame. I know, thank you. Dude, everybody's with me. Even Gilbert the G, who's notorious for challenging me to sparring sessions. At least we don't have to spar over that fact. Am I hallucinating, or is the thing in the background moving? What thing in the background? What are you talking about? Now, just know, if you're seeing things in this stream moving, nothing. All I have is my mantle, my shelf, my green screen, and my family, my really corny family pictures. So just know drugs are bad for you. And again, if you take food, even if they're from a family member, even if your father bakes you a casserole, they can lace anything these days, okay? So just know, if you feel strange, it's not my fault, all right? You're probably on drugs. 5 out of 10 had to cancel an interview because I got inexplicitly nauseous but felt better later. What, after you pussied out of the interview? I'm telling you, those are your nerves acting up. Believe it or not, mental stimuli can have a great effect on you physically. You know, if you felt nauseous before an interview, it's because you're hyping it up too much. And I know you, Moses. I know that you're guilty. I mean, Andy, the anteater. So, you know, don't regurgitate your ant mush, because what's very important is that you project a fake bullshit image of yourself, of, you say, the perfect interviewee, and you'll be at least a little closer to the perfect interviewee. I'm telling you, it's manifesting your destiny. We had a conversation about this. I had a conversation about this as the VP of PR with two lovely gentlemen after the Toastmaster meeting, and we were talking at length about manifesting your own destiny. And they believed that they could get out of my car to escape the conversation with me, and they manifested it. They followed up that thought by doing it. That thought led to them doing it. And they left the car, and they ran away very quickly because I had imprisoned them in my car, and I was talking at them for about 45 minutes. And yet, I still watched them manifest their own destiny. It was inspiring, to say the least. The new rule where you need just 1K followers to live stream is just plain dumb. You're saying on Instagram or YouTube? Because I believe both could evenly do it. I don't know about those rules. I know a while ago I did run into a rule like that. If you have any community guideline strikes at all, some of them are completely arbitrary, and sometimes people use bots if they have a grudge, if they're holding a grudge against you, to swarm your channel with bullshit, and that is how they con you into getting a community guideline strike, and you're barred from live streaming, which is a huge hit to your channel. Whole damn system's unfair, man. Brian, do you miss high school? I felt like you wear baggy shorts and white tees and went down with anyone that tried to beef with you. You know, I know a guy named Sean the Sox Banger who fits that image a little bit better. I was very on the straight and narrow. I'm a very, you know, I don't want to use a phrase, and plus it's very derogatory, but I was a bit of a goody two-shoes. I was the person in the hall who would give you the hall pass. And if you didn't have a hall pass, you go to detention. Because again, what's really important, especially in high school, people are young, dumb, and full of cum. They're in the primary age of acting out and spraying their semen against the wall, figuratively, so to speak. And so I had many instances where I had to, you know, calm the lion down while it was currently high, on speed. That's an allegory, but you know what I mean, right? There's a certain phase, a certain period of time where an organism acts out. You know, for us, it's puberty. For lions, it's when they're high on ecstasy. And the zookeeper has to restrain them and calm them down so that they minimize the damage. The hurricane will exist. It's just to redirect the hurricane to the place where it's going to cause the least governmental property damage. That is what we're doing. Welcome back, Brian. What do you mean, welcome back? I never fucking left. But I would like to welcome you back, Ian, to the live stream. You've been gone for a little bit. What now? Like 2.5 weeks? Also, I'll figure something out. My schedule has become very crowded. Maybe in this upcoming weekend, possibly this Saturday. That's the day after tomorrow. Let me check my calendar app. But if you want to do another filming session, my schedule has miraculously freed up. I am still... Oh, no. My house sitting ends on Saturday, so that I accidentally picked the perfect time to do this. Okay, cool. That's E-Man. Fuck. E-Man's coming over at 12. Why did I agree to that? God damn it. And then I put gig. I don't have a gig on Saturday. I keep mislabeling shit. There ain't no way I have a gig on Saturday. That's bullshit. Yeah, no one texted me about that, so as far as I'm concerned, I don't have that. The next gig I know of is with the city council, so we're not... Got everything straight in my head. Okay. It's been 5 minutes. We're really just getting straight into it. Well, no, because we conversed about this way more longer than 5 minutes ago. Like, you know, I feel like a month ago. And I never followed through on that. I remember you were like, hey, whenever you're available, let me know. I was available. I just didn't let you know. I've been dealing with this whole insomnia thing for the last 2 weeks. Like, max, I've been getting 4.5 hours every night. That's the maximum amount of sleep I'm getting. In fact, the fact that I'm, like, remembering to do these streams at the times that I am, it's It's kind of amazing. I feel like I'm pushing the limits of the human body and what it can do. Oh, I haven't even started eating the friggin' paper yet. But I know you've probably already, gambler's fallacy, you've already sunk a lot of resources and effort into this project, so I want to just help you finish it. Not that there's a deadline, it's not a school assignment, but, you know. And plus, you went through the effort to kind of platform me in a way. You know, you are a filmmaking celebrity, and it is my honor to work with you. So I don't want to be a deadbeat, you know? Which is kind of a thing I've been doing in the last year or so. It's hard to stay focused. There's just so much shit going on. I'm just starting college, so I might be a little stressed so I can see what I can do. Welcome to the bloody club, man. It's hard out here, man. Once you have agency, like what's cool about college is you have agency and you can make decisions, and that's cool and all. But once that's over and, you know, kind of the honeymoon period, a period of that wears off, it's treachery for at least a couple years when you're dealing with the existential tenets of being an adult. It sucks. But it's cool. It's cool. Give me a day that'll work. I'll let you know. Saturday. Saturday, possibly early afternoon. We'll think about it. Let me get my water. Well, it's good that we are accepting, by we I mean me, the fact that I forgot multiple things today. I forgot the promo, I forgot the score of the day. I had to construct that in OBS from scratch. And, of course, my fluids. And yet, you know what? We're just cruising along, because that's what the live stream is. In fact, anything that can stall for time. There you go. That's a free 35 seconds I just bought myself. I'm passionate about the project, and I really appreciate you keeping up with me. Yeah, if I were putting all my effort into making a piece of work about a person, I would like for that person to not just do his own thing and rot in his mom's basement and not fucking correspond with me. Like, what? So, thank you for your understanding. This is not my mug. It's my sister's. City Council gig. Yeah, the City Council of Canyon Lake reached out for a gig in early October. I have a bit of a policy with gigs now where I just don't want to do them. So I canceled all the Wishbone stuff, all of the other gigs at all these other locations. I got a lot of weird offers from people at Sage Creek. Not doing any of that. I'm trying to manage myself without any gigs. And if I can barely do that, I know that with gigs, I would implode upon myself, all right? I'm still really busy with the government jobs, with the second government job, and of course the upcoming third government job that nobody knows about. It's top secret. So currently right now, I want to stay on a low profile. The more gigs I do, the more I'll blow my my cover, you know, because I'm undercover right now. Rate movies. We did that last time. I will show you actually, you know, now that you mention it and I'm thinking about it for 2 seconds, I do have this list of all the movies. By the way, we've updated the Letterboxd. I now have a new favorite movie. Thank you very fucking much. And we have a list of all of the movies of 2025 ranked from worst to best, right? And this is an honest ranking here. I know the color keying is going to make, especially this one, look really weird, but that's fine. But yep, we have it all ordered, and people are going to make a big fret about how low Sinners is. Such an overrated piece of Netflix original junk. I don't know how, what's his name? Ryan Coogler. It's the Black Panther effect. People just keep hyping it up because of the color of the movie's skin, and I say we don't judge movies on that. We judge it based off its merit and its quality. And this movie is B-rate at best. I will die on that hill, by the way. I'm not kidding. I gave it a 5, by the way. It's not bad. It's just an average movie that people are touting as a masterpiece. I do not understand it. I mean, I can understand why people like it. I think they like the concept. But, dude, even Get Out was better than this. At least Get Out capitalized on the concept by making it interesting in the first 30 minutes and then crapping out. This movie was boring from second number 1. The moment the opening credits ended, I'm like, oh, it's one of these fucking movies. I can tell by the way the characters are talking. The movie will think it's way cooler than it really is. And it was! God damn it. Let's see. 8.1 out of 10. Well, how about that? Well, you know, we know how the paper streams go. It's a bit of a friendly competition between scores, and you just barely edged me out. Just so close. Now, I will say, when it comes to the arbitrary ranking of days, there is a 0.3 point margin of error. So we can just call this a tie, rounded up. But That is a good score, nonetheless. So credit where credit's due. Got off work, veterinarian work, or you switched? I remember you told me that at Panama. But if you're not doing vet work, you do seem like a guy who, I mean, you do hide your true intentions sometimes, but I imagine you possibly could work as a social activist, you know? Save the whales type deal. I will be tapped in. I will be spying on you over the internet. I want to see what you're going to do, all right? We're gonna place our chips, possibly money bets, on what type of advocacy you'll do. You could do pro animal PETA advocacy. I know people hate on that, but I'll say this: those people have character. There are some really boring ass activists out there. You know, the ones that are crazy with their personalities and they establish lots of internet presence. Those are the PETA guys. All right. I wish I had it in me to be a PETA guy. I'm not there yet. I'm working my way up. I work at the old spaghetti factory now. God damn it! You know I mean, it's still noble, you know, lots of sweatshop workers creating spaghetti molds and stuff like that, and you're a part of the system. And pasta is one of the cheapest, most affordable foods in today's culture. Anybody can buy it and make it, even broke college students like us. But, you know, I will say it might be a small, teensy-weensy step down from veterinarian. That was very noble. In fact, I mean, I don't know if you saw it in my face, but when you told me that then and there, I was genuinely surprised. Did you see the white of my eyes? Insanely stressed, but insanely blessed. Well, of course. I mean, you're a busy guy. You're a filmmaker. You're going into college. College is a huge transition. And I've said this to Ian before in this exact live stream, so you're probably hearing this for the second time. But this point is so important, I want to reiterate it. Once that honeymoon period of, oh, I can do whatever I want because I have the ability to do it as an adult. Once that honeymoon period is over, you're going to have a big valley to clear, which is the existential problem of, oh, wow, when I have control of everything and I am the creator of my own environment and I still feel like shit, I can no longer blame it on people other than myself. That's a rough one. Maybe that's just me. Maybe you guys are going to dodge even having to deal with that hurdle, but that was definitely something. I remember I would blame everything on other people, and then when stuff started going wrong, I was like, oh, damn, you see, I'm making all the decisions here. I'm an adult now. So that was gay. But I don't know, that's like a genuine thing that I've been thinking about, because I've gotten a lot better at it, but it is kind of a never-ending thing. Who do I talk to play at the Jazzy Wishbone? That would be Tim. I can send you his number. Just text me. He has a new policy, like actually right when I left that venue. He was making a big deal out of doing a whole you pay $5 at the front door, and it's 21 up only, so I think you're 21, right? You talked about drinking mezcal or something like that about 8 live streams ago, so I think you should be fine. Waldaby, hey, is everything okay? Of course, a very common question I get because people think that I have a mental disorder known as pica, which became an official diagnosis in around, I believe, if I remember my facts correctly, 1998, an era where people they barely even mastered the usage of Google and the internet. Nobody knew shit, especially not the doctors. So I'm going to say this. Even though the diagnosis of PETA in of itself is outdated and inaccurate, I will just judge what that diagnosis comprises of as, you know, just at face value. I still don't have it, because what this is a contracted government job where I am contracted to research the long-term effects of paper on the human body. Mayo Clinic contracted me to do this, I believe at around May 9th, if I remember the date correctly, of 2019. Most studies that documented paper's negative effects on the body were measuring out the negative effects in one sitting. Now, that's cool and all. However, nobody is eating an entire 3 Bibles in one sitting. Everybody who will be actually experiencing the plight of paper eating, especially those with pica, will be eating small amounts over long periods of time. When we're talking about bleach, chemicals, other miscellaneous sweatshop chemicals that make their way in here, all of that shit must be ingested in smaller quantities over longer periods of time. So that's what I'm researching. Consider my body a sacrifice for science. I wish being an adult was just creative mode in Minecraft. The way I'd like to describe adulthood is you basically have to beat the entirety of Minecraft on survival hard mode, but once you get to the Ender Dragon, you do go into creative, but then on weekends, like one day out of the week, you might have to go through an existential crisis every now and then and go back into hard mode and beat the game again. It's just different conflicts that you have to deal with, but Other than that, once you kind of get yourself out of the valleys, you have all the resources and you have the mental resources on hand too, external and internal. So it's kind of switching in between the two realms. It's not all one thing. Okay. I saw that City of God was on your watch list. You need to watch it. Oh, you mean like, oh yeah, the one with the black guy? Yes, I have to watch it because my only other movie for that year, that's 2002, right? Yeah, it's Punch Drunk Love, which is great. We have to top that. The Adam Sandler funny autism movie cannot be the peak of 2002, especially in like what I consider the best decade of filmmaking. But yes, I have to watch it. Michael's gotten better at trumpet. I knew he would. He seemed, I mean, it was hard to tell whether or not he'd quit or he wouldn't quit, but I'm glad he didn't quit. There are a lot of people who seem to have more conviction than he did who quit, but I misjudged him. Also, I never interacted with him for longer than like 5 minutes, so I do misjudge people often. That's kind of my specialty. But yeah, contact Tim. Text me and I'll give you his number, and then you can text him and he'll, just give him a good sell, because I've been directing a lot of people his way, because I just want for my slots to be replaced, but Tim doesn't want anybody to replace my slot, or he's just picky, or he has some weird contention with people. I don't fucking know. From what I hear. Netspend is good, but new Buckshot is awesome. Netspend, I have to look that up. I'll Google that. In fact, I should have a things to Google or Bing search list during every live stream. Excuse me. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Moses, you're still in jazz band? Wasn't that like 3 years ago? Can't believe you're still there. Well, that's good. I'm glad you're keeping that sense of camaraderie. For me, it was kind of spoiled, especially because Emerald was kind of a big link to that. So when she became nihilistic and Angelo was intentionally separating us, whole thing was kind of fucked. And it was also just not a good experience because Ian and Angelo were bit of a insane power couple when it came to making I'm just to repeat myself, an unpleasant school experience. Shit sucked. Okay. I get my paper stream notifications from Instagram, so I thought you hadn't streamed in forever. No, okay, so what I did is I replaced, or not, I replaced, I'm sleep deprived, I'm fucked right now, but I posted a paper promo, bit of a tongue twister there, about 6 days ago. And when I did this, it was a censored picture, and I censored it using text. So if you type a period in the form of texting stuff on a story, it'll create a little white or black bar. That's my censor bar. I should have realized in doing this that the original picture was still there and probably being AI scanned by Instagram. And so it wasn't even a manual review, but the picture was me responding to a bot texting me a picture of a prostitute chick with a transgender penis sewn on top of it. It was a great picture. Very gross. My mom saw it and looking over my shoulder, but it got texted to me, all right? And I just responded with a thumbs up, and that was my promo. I got all of my story posting abilities, my story posting privileges, and my DM privileges revoked for 5 days. Bunch of bullshit. I like the background. Yes, find your calm. Thank you. I'm glad. Gilbert the G. I'm glad it's having an effect on somebody. If no one noticed, then I went into 3 seconds of Google searching and MP4 downloading, all for nothing. Now that you mention it, yeah, Emerald seems to have undergone a slight but noticeable change in personality. No, it's not that. I'm just saying that, like, she was her perception of the class changed from, I think, semester 1 to semester 3 because the class was genuinely different. There was a lot less camaraderie because Ian and Angelo saw us socializing and having fun as a hindrance to the jazz, but in order to play well, you have to be friends with each other. And given that, you feel a sense of community within the jazz class and that's why you're starting your band, I feel like that's proof of my point here. So when they intentionally try and stifle it, which you can't tell me they weren't trying to do that, that's a bunch of bullshit. What was the best approach was when Ian gave us a little 20-minute lesson and let us do our thing in the practice rooms. And he basically went, dude, you're performing in front of people. The incentive is if you don't fuck up and embarrass yourself, just Do the best you can, and this whole thing should be fun. It's less fun if he micromanages anything, and it's more fun if he leaves us to our own devices. Believe it or not, we'll get shit done, and we did get shit done if we're left to our own devices. I just don't know why college professors can't trust, I don't know, grown-ass college students to do their thing. It's like they're babysitting us. Okay. But yeah, I'm doing just like teeny tiny small community debate here. Again, if we want for this live stream to have widespread mainstream algorithmic appeal, we have to talk about broad subjects like primary colors. Tell me what your favorite primary color is. Mine is yellow. You guys take your turn. Listen to the new Buckshot and Fake Mink. Did you start a new band? That sounds like something you'd make up. All right, let's get into it. How do I now see I fucked up because I deleted all my tabs, meaning I'm gonna have to. All right. Web exploring mode is currently disabled. Let's stand by while I pull something up here. All right, found it. You know, you can try and pull off some sort of weird alibi all you want, but I know this is you hiding behind those prescription pill bottles right there. That's you right there. I knew this was some shit you'd make up, Ian. This sounds like some shit you'd play too. We're gonna get copyrighted so hard. That is not you, Ian. I take it all back. Here, just to make this cooler, because, again, dubstep is always better sped up. We're just going to speed it up a little bit. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh. Why don't we just speed everything up? I'm telling you, if you look up Staying Alive, the popular Bee Gees song everybody knows, speed it up. Speed it up. Put it up to like 1.75 speed. I can't listen to it any other way now. It's infinitely better. All right. It is not me. That is Buckshot. No, I didn't believe you for a second, but it did. Also, your insistence to for me to listen to your Alias music put you at #1 on the XP list. I don't know why anyone gives a crap about it. I think YouTube's attempt to make people give a crap about it is ill-minded at best. We are out of water. Stand by. I'll be right back. Hold on. Wait, shit. Okay, there we go. I think, give it like 3 more minutes and we're gonna be out. Sorry about the late stream. Today took an unexpected turn, but I mean, at least I did it. You know, that's kind of the mindset here. Plan with the new schedule that's gonna happen once we hit day 1,000. I'm less focused on day 1,000 in of itself as I am on what's going to happen afterwards. We're going to do weekly streams, possibly 2 to 3 of them. I know one's going to fall on the weekend, and I want for them to be all around noon. Now, we're going to start each stream on the dot, to the minute. It'll be a whole new level of organization for this channel. I think it'll take it to the next level. What I'm saying is, like, if I like fuck up super bad, if there's like a twerking video of mine that gets released and it looks super stupid and all of my people unsubscribe and I'm back to square one, I still don't care, because what I'm planning on doing, in my opinion, it'll be just like nothing else ever happened, you know? A new beginning, because let's be real. Once my contract has expired with this whole paper reading rigmarole, the bit will be officially over forever. We're done. My arduous task has been completed. My music and the stream don't go together. I beg to differ. I've been playing a couple of the videos that I took of you at that concert. They were so awesome, I couldn't resist but do a miniature film screening, you know? People loved it, of course. I'm not going to tell you what stream it is. You're going to have to hunt that one out yourself if you want. Ugh. Now, see, Ian, that's what happens if you don't show up for a little bit. People start to miss you, so I have to insert you artificially into the stream, you know? And oh boy, were they happy to see you when I showed that footage. Okay. Second and last piece. Cheers. Ugh. Rex says paper. That's right. My exclamation in response is YouTube live stream. That's right. I'm glad we're contributing to this stream here. That's okay. My new music don't belong here. Ah, so you're secretly producing elsewhere, huh? That new terrible Imagine Dragons album, I knew it was bootleg. I knew that wasn't actually them. I knew you'd found a way to hack into the Spotify servers and post what you want on there. Well, that's good, you know? Even though it's an unconventional way to get exposure, I still admire you for it. It's like 1:20 a.m. and I'm going home from Buddy's house right now. And you're watching my live stream, you know, if you're walking back home from my house watching my shit, just don't get hit by a car, okay? If there's an eyewitness, I could get implicated, but I mean, that is good. I'm glad that you chose me to accompany you on the way back rather than, I don't know, like HBO Max Anthony Bourdain rerun episode or something. I don't know. That's what I do on the way back. You know, Anthony Bourdain's TV show, I just feel like so many of those shows miss opportunities because there is a Vsauce video called What Does Human Taste Like? And there's a double meaning to that. Like the first one was about cannibalism, but the second half of the video was about what does human taste like? What does our palate prefer? And he goes into food science and the chemicals that create tastes. And it was so appetizing. It'd be perfect for Food Network, but nothing on Food Network does anything like that. I want a food science segment. Someone going into the chemical aspects of what makes certain foods taste the way they do. That'd be such a great show. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. If anybody has any TV show recommendations for a food show that goes into the nitty-gritty of food science, like the chemical properties of taste, I'm sure they exist. I've just been genuinely searching for one to, you know, watch while eating, and I can't find any. So give me some recommendations if you have them. You eat paper, I eat cookie. Andy the Anteater, another iconic catchphrase. We should, you know what we should do? I should go to a random open mic on like the side of a street or like maybe like search up the Comedy Store in LA and then do like an open mic stand-up set only using the most hashtag lol random quotes from here. Like I'm literally just reading off YouTube comments and I don't tell them I'm doing that. Like, you know how there's those one-liner comedians that go up and just say one line? Like it's just instead of one big long story that's one joke, it's a bunch of little jokes. I should go on Kill Tony and only read out, and I'm not going to look like I'm reading it out. I am genuinely saying it. Like, what if I go up on Kill Tony? Hello, what's up, guys? Yeah, drive home safe. I'll say that after the show's over. Anyways, you eat paper, I eat cookie. I wait for a laugh. Laughs don't happen. That would be so fucking awesome. Ugh, sorry, I'm going a little crazy right now. It's late. Which reminds me, I ate the last of the paper just now. Where is Gecko? Fuck if I know. I think he exploded. He's gone. He's vapor in the air. Bringing on Kill Tony would be so awesome. Yeah, I mean, listen, I was there at the Comedy Store and I was talking a lot, like not to myself, but I was having conversations because there's a mainstay comedian guy there who his whole thing is interacting with people. The guy's really fast. I don't think he accounted for the fact that I can respond quickly. And also there's some weird hidden rule at the Comedy Store is like when a comedian starts asking you questions, you're supposed to give stupid generic one-word responses. I was basically giving extra details. And also when he would start making jabs, I would exchange jabs with him, which apparently you're not supposed to do. And the guy got like annoyed, but it was funny. I had a fun time doing it, so you know what, fuck that guy. I hope he overdoses, but like, you know, Gecko's on a business trip to London starting up a new brand. I knew you two of you were connected. Your humor matched perfectly. The two of you should do a duet set on Kill Tony. That would go great for you. That'd be really good. Okay, I don't even know why I'm drinking water for my health anymore because the paper is already eaten, everybody. That was day 969. We did it. You know, I really didn't want to do this stream now because I'm actually so fucked. I'm still dealing with the insomnia. We are still at max at 4.5 hours per night, and yet we still stream. That's right. Give it up for us. With that said, though, I gotta go. I'm not even jesting. I have to get the hell out of here before I collapse onto the floor. So make sure to live, laugh, cry, and also not die. And until next time, this is goodbye. I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, if I remember, all right? Gentlemen, 3, 2,